Hello, everybody out there on all the different platforms. This is Evidence-Based Audio Engineering and Education number 125, and this is End of Line Dillinger. I think I'm set. We're going to find out. So, first of all, I keep telling you guys on YouTube and, on Instagram and TikTok, I really want to get my screen showing instead of these webcam things. And of course, because you can't see this if you're on TikTok or Instagram, there is a guy who's showing on a YouTube channel, let's see, what's this called, Gauging Gadgets, and his video's titled Live Stream to Instagram from Restream in Instagram's native resolution. And one way to do this is to buy Restream's transcoding, which looks like $20 for 10 hours. It's not a bad price, but the thing is, I'm already paying $40 a month, I think, on Restream, and I don't know why I should pay for more of this transcoding stuff. I'll actually probably be talking to Restream about this, but even if you do buy their transcoding, you are still having to go to a custom RTMP server, and I don't even know if I have one of those left, or do I have to pay another chunk of money in order to even have that. So I don't know. Perhaps, it may be time for me just to go and buy vMix. It may be cheaper. I know I keep saying that. I'm not sure if vMix goes to Instagram and TikTok. Let me know. It's pretty obvious that the e-girls and whatever, I don't think I want to be demonetized, but the girls who do their TikToks and Instagram things, they're obviously coming from a computer. They're not doing it from their phones. So there's a way to do it, and I'm just not sure yet. If you guys know, let me know. If you do go to YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, you'll see in the description there's a link to actually join this chat with your webcam, with your mic, whatever, and I'd love to know if you guys know a way to do that on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. So that's the first thing. So when I'm wrong, I want to admit it, and like Matt Dillahunty says, I'd like to believe as many true things and as few false things as I possibly could, and if you can show me that I'm wrong, then I don't have to go around being wrong anymore. So I like to admit when I'm wrong. And, I really thought that neural DSP's thing was kind of looking vaporware-ish, but they're not. And so they announced that Core OS 1.1.0 is now available. So you can go and download a new update for your Quad Cortex. So this isn't even like Line 6, who tends to abandonware their products. This thing's got an update. Let's see what these updates. Added expression bypass. Expression bypass functionality has been added. New controls are available via the assign expression pedal menu. Bypass on, invert range, bypass delay, and switch type. Digital flanger. A new flanger device has been added with the volume parameter. The current flanger has been renamed to flangerish. And a shimmer reverb has been added. Reverb has been optimized. Algorithms have been improved. Delay devices have been optimized. Significantly more instances can be run in a single preset. That's pretty awesome. System boot time has been reduced approximately 25%. USB audio performance has been improved. Hold on real quick. What's up? What happened? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, see if you can put the stuff back. Did you see how Valentina had it all Tetrised in there? Oh, okay, good. I'm not good at organizing. It's a lot nicer, at one time. Yeah. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, this is I'm hearing from Rob Loist here. The ADA 8000 is completely useless for gear. Wait, automate auto mute on the outputs. Like, who does that? I didn't know they did auto mute on the outputs. Let me see. So ADA. So I'm hearing from Rob Loist. The ADA 8000 is completely useless for outboard gear. I've never had this problem. It has auto mute on the outputs. Like, who does that? I'm not. No, let me see. You know, this is your real time audio device information here. Okay. Anyway, so let me get back to where. So looks like there's a bunch of good stuff on this neural DSP. Now, we brought it up several times before that this whole idea that the neural amps are just so much better. Every single time we've ABX'd them, we can. You know, I know I take a lot of crap because I love bias effects. I still love the amps and bias the most out of any of these things. But these are all good, man. There was a lot of weird neural hype about their amplifiers, and I just didn't really. I mean, they're good. I don't know. I just didn't hear anything that was amazing. And compared to the Line 6 Pod Go or the Helix. The Helix is more of the price range of this thing. You know, those come with their own expression pedals, while this one just has expression pedal inputs. But still, I mean, if this is what you want, it looks like these guys are updating this. Lots of fixes. Sorry. This is an update. This is a real update. Now, got to be careful how I word this. I don't believe for a second that you couldn't put this Neural DSP thing into a VST plugin. And when Neural DSP releases VSTs, it's just like one piece at a time. You don't really get this whole entire ecosystem like you do with this pedal board. I realize this thing, you could think of it as a dongle, but I think it's way more convenient than a dongle. I would like to see their entire DSP here as a VST plugin or audio units plugin or AAX or whatever it is that you use. I'm not thrilled about the way they put out their plugins, but if you like that stuff, you like that stuff. And like I said, this isn't vaporware. These guys are really updating this. This looks great. Okay, so next thing, especially if you've been following around at my page, pipelineaudio.net, and looked at the category called Bringing the Studio to the Stage, where I show how you can get every VST plugin and switching that you really like in your studio out onto the stage by, you know, different ways. One of them was a one single wire iOS type setup where you're using all Bluetooth wireless things, and a full range flat response cabinet and an iPad. But this is really a big one. So Boss made a product called the EV1WL, which is the wireless MIDI expression pedal, and this is what you think it is. I think it's Bluetooth. Let's see. I'm really looking at the specs here. It's Bluetooth. I don't know if they have any other form of wireless. But, you know, like, how long has Amplitude, or who's like IK Multimedia, has had that? Hey, thanks. This is my only tattoo. IK Multimedia has had that Bluetooth MIDI controller, the 4-button one, for a very long time now. It's works pretty well. It worked really well in my one-wire iOS setup, but you know, I had some trouble getting it to work with the computer very well. Supposedly it works well on Mac, but once I got the CME WittyBud thing, it seemed to work on the computer. But then I ended up making that Behringer, making the wireless, using the Yamaha wireless, and I stuck it inside of one of those Behringer, what do you call it? It's right here underneath my desk. Behringer. Oh yeah, that's right. The Behringer FCB 1010. And so I made this thing into battery powered, and I stuck the wireless MIDI inside. I'm using the CMU WittyBud for that as well. which has also been discontinued, but I hear that they've got something new out. We're going to talk about that on another show. But anyway, so this is a wireless expression pedal, and takes 2 AA batteries, or you can use an adapter on it, which kind of defeats the purpose of being a wireless, right? But this looks good, and this is what we should see. I mean, this is the future, right? How long have we been talking about this future? We're about 20 years, maybe more, into where we were thinking we were going to be with this wireless stuff by now. But this is how it should be. We shouldn't be tripping over wires on stage and stuff. I'd like to see this thing be rechargeable, but that's pretty cool as it is. I mean, you can use rechargeable batteries, I guess. So far, let's see, on the support side, I don't see any drivers or anything, but let me just read what they say. Take command of your MIDI music gear with the Boss EV1 Wireless, the world's first wireless MIDI expression pedal. The EV1WL provides wireless foot control for Boss products such as the GS1 and Waza Air, music apps on mobile devices, and anything else that can receive CC messages via Bluetooth MIDI. In addition, USB and MIDI TRS connectivity are on hand for wired control of computer music software and standard MIDI devices. Whether you go wireless or wired or both at once, the EV1-WL delivers a ton of MIDI power and a compact footprint. One thing that I saw is that there's a input for another set of controllers. So let me see. Bluetooth, wireless, USB, and TRS MIDI. Class compliant. Supports communication with... Okay, wait a second. So Roland does make some wireless MIDI. I'm using the Yamaha ones right now. The Yamaha that's just a Bluetooth send. Built-in toe switch with on-off indicator. So here's what I really want to know. For all these Boss products, and we kept asking them, right? One of the big deals was auto-engage for these expression pedals. And I don't think Boss had it on theirs. But it says control input for up to 2 Boss FS series foot switches. And I think the FS series foot switches are... They might just be 2 buttons, but... let me see. Gallery... Let me see. I'm going to look up Boss FS foot switch. So it says it can take 2 of them. So I see a dual foot switch. Actually, I see a couple different dual foot switches. God damn, these things are expensive for such simple. So the FS6 is a side-by-side dual foot switch. You know, it's really hard navigating Boss's site. Notice I'm going to Sweetwater instead of Boss to find this stuff, which is kind of sad, but I'm going to look for Boss. And it's not giving me Boss as a brand. Great. Amazon's choice. Why am I on Amazon? I thought I was on Sweetwater. Oh, I'm not on Sweetwater. Sorry. Let me go back to Boss. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh. Okay, Boss. Dual foot switch. So there's the FS6. So what I'm looking for is some gigantic one, right? That I'm not sure. These are just resistance switches, or these are make-break switches, it looks like. So it says you can put 2 of them. Sorry, products, stomp boxes, multi-effects. Where would it be? Would it be under accessories? Let me just put foot switch. Switch. Okay, I only see FS5 is like single latching foot switches. FS6 is dual. FS7 is dual up and down. Well, anyway, you could probably get 4 pedals out of it. It'd be kind of like running that, the IK Multimedia Bluetooth. Anyway, it's good news. I want to see more of this kind of stuff. We shouldn't be fighting all these cables on stage anymore, right? Hey, 13th Legion. So anyway, so the next thing you got here. Oh yeah, okay. So, Rewire is dead, right? Is that I think the last few products have announced no more support for Rewire. So if you don't know what Rewire is, I'll just read you from Reasons from Propeller Heads. Rewire is a system for streaming audio from one application to another. The API, which is written in ANSI C, also has support for positioning information, making it possible to press play, shuttle, set loop points, etc. in either program. Rewire 2 has been extended with more functionality such as MIDI streaming and a toolkit for communication between the applications. Rewire basically was a way of sending audio between programs, but also MIDI, and also a lot of plugins ended up using Rewire to go between the plugin and the host DAW's transport protocol. One of them is Waves Tune. All right, but there were several others that I'm trying to get them off the top of my head. But that's the only way Waves Tune communicates is through Rewire. For some little bit of Reaper history, right? At first, Propeller Heads wouldn't write us back so that we could get a license for Rewire. So that's why Reroute was developed, which is to me a far superior platform. But it was amazing that Justin just ended up making that thing work, just because we couldn't get instant response from a manufacturer. I think we gave him a couple weeks anyway. But here's a Wikipedia on it with actually links that don't work. But Rewire's gone for the most part. There's a communication over at Reason last year. So with first of all, with Reason 11 came another nail in the coffin that takes us even further away from the once lauded claim of Reason is always backwards compatible. Rewire is gone. And a lot of people are saying, we stopped using Rewire. If I go to Ableton's website, they have a article. I'm sorry that you guys can't see this if you're on Instagram and TikTok. It's about how to route audio between applications. There are 3 common methods for routing audio between live and other software on your computer. Routing audio can be used for things like, for example, sampling audio from video into live, streaming SMPTE, etc. They say there's 3 parts, but there's not. So they're saying, here's a way around it, virtual audio routing. So this is because you don't have Rewire anymore, right? But and though I say this is for live, this is kind of for everybody. Remember, this is something that we've been dealing with on the computers for about more than 20 years now, and something that we want to solve as AIX DSP. There's some, RME has loopback, but you give up channels for that. Some DAWs, some interfaces have virtual loopback. There are software solutions. They're not great. But so for instance, what Ableton recommends, virtual audio routing. Various virtual audio routing protocols exist for Windows and Mac. Here are some popular options. Voicemeeter. Now, if you use Voicemeeter, you're giving up your ASIO from your sound card, from your interface. So all that low latency audio, that's out the window. Voicemeeter doesn't really have an ASIO input unless you use it as the ASIO driver, which, like I said, it kind of defeats the purpose. Jack. This is like a Linux thing. I know some people have been able to get this to sort of work. I haven't. I Show You Audio Capture, Mac only. Soundflower, Mac only. I think that's been discontinued. Black Hole, Mac only. I think that might have been discontinued. Rogue Amoeba Loopback. This is a payware program, but it seems to work for some people. And they show you a couple ways around the Mac stuff. Analog loopback. So yeah, this sucks, but this could happen. If you have a spare output on your audio interface, connect a cable or set of cables from there to an input on the same interface. Configure the respective preferences so that one program is outputting via the analog out and the other is set to receive the analog input. Now this can work. You're going to lose your you're taking a converter hit, a digital analog hit, an analog to digital hit, which may not be that bad, but that sucks. You're also giving up an input and an output, or a pair of inputs and outputs. Digital loopback. This option has the advantage of potentially lower latency than the other 2 options above. If you have a SPDIF input and output ports, connect a cable, blah, blah, blah. Again, you lose an input and output, but you don't take a converter hit. And then tip, certain audio interfaces have loopback capabilities built in, so you don't even need to use physical cables. There we go. I would love to see you audio interface manufacturers make more virtual loopbacks. That's you, RME. You're the best. But why not? Why not add more virtual loopbacks so we don't give up our hardware? Can't you do that in Total Mix? I think you can. I think you got DSP to spare on some of these things. So please do it. Focusrite's got like one or two. I think a lot of the Sycon, Desicon, whatever, can do it now. I think Audient has one that has it. So your USB devices using those drivers, I think, can do it. I'd like to see more of it. But, you know, with Rewire gone, man, that's pretty hardcore. One of the things around this is ARA2. ARA, let's give you what this is. Let me go to Wikipedia. I probably shouldn't, but Audio Random Access, commonly abbreviated to ARA, is an extension for audio plug-in interfaces such as audio units, VST, and RTAS, allowing them to exchange a greater amount of audio information with DAWs. It was developed in a collaboration between Celemony Software and PreSonus. So I didn't know that was a collaboration. So as we've seen, ARA works pretty well in the PreSonus products right away. Let's see, Sounds Logical. What's the name of it? The guys who make Synchro Arts. The guys who make Vocaline and that they have a tuning software. I forget what it's called. They use ARA. Of course, Melodyne's using ARA. AutoTune sort of has ARA in certain DAWs, but not all. And they've never returned any of my emails to tell me if they are planning on adding them for the rest. We've offered to help them with that and got nothing back. Anyway, ARA, it takes away the need to record the audio into something like AutoTune. It's pretty cool. It's got its own. It's like almost like having a DAW inside your DAW that's in your plugin window. I don't like how Melodyne implements it, even though it's made by the developers of ARA. But now there's ARA 2. Let's see if they say anything about it. Version 2 of ARA was announced during NAMM. January 18, introducing new features such as the simultaneous editing of multiple tracks, transfer of chord track information, and undo synchronization with the DAW. DAWs which use the ARA version 2 are not automatically backwards compatible with plugins using 1. The first DAWs to support ARA version 2 were Logic Pro X and Studio One. Well, I hope so, if that's a collaborator. Reaper has ARA 2 support, and I would almost guarantee that that's going to be the best ARA 2 support that you can get. Little biased. But anyway, ARA 2 can do some of what Rewire did, but it's not doing the loopback part of it. So I don't know what you guys are going to do unless we guys come up with something, hopefully soon. Okay, next thing is... so this is... I don't even know how to say this. Carmen Jaka, maybe? Some Norwegian or Swedish progressive metal band or progressive rock. I know you guys, a lot of you guys love this stuff. I'm sorry if I don't know how to say the name. But the cool thing is, these guys have given you, if you go to carmenjaka.com/stems or just search for stems, they have where you can click and get a Dropbox link to all their stems from this multi-track of a song called Nautilus, which is really cool. That is cool. Bands, I want to see you guys doing more of this. But for the word stems here, I'm not sure. I haven't downloaded this yet. I'm gonna. Maybe we'll do this as a live thing, as a fun project together. It's just driving me nuts. When you talk to guys who came out of those like audio recording schools, you'll always hear the term stem, and it doesn't usually mean what you think it means. So there was an article by Bob Clearmountain in January. So thanks Bob Clearmountain. If you don't know who this guy is, go look him up. But the article is on ProToolsExpert.com. Bob Clearmountain says, stop calling DAW multi-track stems. And so he says, I'm going to read to you from the article. And I think he does a video where on Clear Mountain on Instagram TV, and he actually says this, so you can go watch this. Is probably a better idea than me reading, but I'll tell you what he says. Bob Clear Mountain, producer to numerous top acts including Bruce Springsteen, the Rolling Stones, Toto, Bon Jovi, and many more, has something he wants to get off his chest about the term stems. Bob thinks too many people are using the term stems when they mean the multi-track of the session. In short, the individual audio tracks that go to make up a DAW, in a session in a DAW, such as Pro Tools, Logic, or Studio One, or Reaper, are the multi-tracks. Stems are a group of tracks that submix together, such as the drums or backing vocals. You can watch the Instagram video posted by Bob below. So anyway, go type that in, Bob Clear Mountain and stems, and hopefully stop using this term wrong. But you know what? Maybe we all know what it means. It's like phase and polarity, right? All the pedants freak out on you when you say phase, but you mean polarity. Maybe it's just part of the popular lexicon by now. Who knows? And finally, I got, let's see, I saw this Alder Audio. So it's this company, and allegedly this is made in the USA. I'll just read from you. The Alder H44. The H44 is a world-class ribbon microphone made in the U.S. Sorry. That will give you excellent recordings on almost any source. Several innovative patent-pending features give this mic a transparent and broad frequency response that puts this design in a category of its own. I mean, we know about ribbons, right? They can be delicate. They're usually figure eight, and they usually don't have all that much high end, which makes people talk about silky smooth as a descriptor. Mainly because it's missing all the treble. Okay, I know I'm going to get nailed for that. The classic figure eight polar pattern has a brighter voicing from the front that works especially well with vocals and acoustic instruments, while the back of the mic has a slightly darker voicing more reminiscent of a traditional ribbon mic. The combination of the two voicings creates a package that is quick and easy to adapt to a wide variety of instruments and voices. So right off the bat, I'm going to say that because these are not quite symmetrical, I don't think that, most of the time when you guys are talking about ribbons, you're thinking about Blumline patterns or sorry, not most of the time. Most of the time you guys are talking about one ribbon mic. But often when you're talking about ribbons, you're talking about the Blumline pattern or the MS, right? You're going to have, you're going to knock one down to cardioid somehow and use the figure eight on the other side. If the sides of the microphone sound different than each other, then it's not really a classic figure eight in the way you would think about it. So you're not going to be able to use it for those type of techniques. But this still could be a cool mic. It looked like it was about $400. And the way it's machined, it really does look like some American machining. So I like the way this looks. I'm not really into ribbon mics so much anymore. I used to love them. They show it micing up a guitar cabinet, so maybe it's not so delicate. There's very little that they tell about it, just kind of some wide patent pending features, but they don't tell us what the features are. But anyway, you can go to their website. It looks like $399 for the Alder H44. We have a 30-day return policy on all microphone purchases. If you're out in the market for a ribbon mic and you're not planning on doing Blumline or classic figure eight techniques with it, I'd go check this thing out. So anyway, that's all I got for this week. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. See you later. Okay. Goodbye, TikTok. Goodbye, Instagram. How do I say goodbye, Instagram? Wow. I don't even know. Do I hit the X? Yes. Goodbye. And goodbye to everybody on Restream.